It's your boy Evie. You're watching Evie Family ENT. And if you like what you see, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. So you could become part of Evie's family. I've heard this song. I love this song. It's my favorite NF song. I've seen the video. This is a reaction, not a revisit. Well, it is a revisit, but it's a reaction because I'm still reacting to what's in front of me. So I'm putting it in the title as reaction. And if anyone has a problem, oh well, don't give it the views. It's going as a reaction. NF Hope. Thank you, Vader. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me. I know you've been
Facts,
praying.
Vader. Facts.
I know you've been praying for my soul.
Good night, Rose.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where's it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get
Like he said, I know you're stagnant, but I gave you your chance to deliver. So like, kind of like French sent me a song like this the other day. It's not the same as the high Ren. Like this one isn't, but you know, NF does this a lot too, where he battles with his inner self. But I brought up Ren because French, I don't think he's here right now, but he sent a reaction in the other day and showed me a song that reminded me, it was identical to like High Ren, but it was like 6 years before Ren dropped his, or not, like 4 years before, which is just what's wild to me. But it's the same type of concept. He was going back and forth, talking to one side of him to the other side of him, kind of like Ren did in High Ren, but they were talking about more like battling your demons and addictions and like sicknesses. And F is talking, he's battling his inner self, but it's kind of like more like an emotional aspect to it. Like for NF, he's like, you're holding me back. So he's talking to his other self. You're the one causing me all this emotional stress, keeping me back in a place where I was that is not the me that I need to be, not the me that I want to be. You're the one, you're always in my ear, like bringing up all the horrible memories I have, all the emotional things I deal with, throwing my past at me. And so he's coming from a more pause. He's talking about it from a more emotional standpoint, but the way he decides to use his words and rap about it is phenomenal.
I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying for my soul.
Where is Tom? Who is Tom? Tom? Oh, it's Tom McDonald?
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at?
And then the fact that he says 30 years, I have to talk about that. I should have done it at once, but it is what it is. He said 30 years, and I'm 29. So for me, that hits perfectly because in less than 1 year, it'll be 30 years. And it took me about this time too, but I don't know. I still fight with a lot of things. Like with the back and forth with my inner self, and I like to say the angel and the devil, like the angel and the devil on your shoulder type aspect. I still fight with that a lot, but I've been so like focused on just nonstop busyness with work, with YouTube, which is work, which is second work, with military, which is more work, with daughter. Like, so I don't, it's not as bad as to me anymore, because before I used to battle that a lot with like hanging out with people, staying out all night, drinking, just when there's other things, better things I could be doing. So, and that took me till about 28, and I'm 29, so that's fine.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong, nature had a great run, but it's time to give the people something different. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my album. Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says.
Facts.
Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is tucking their tail between their legs.
That I love that bar. If you guys thought I was gonna pass over that bar for a second and not speak about it, oh, you guys do not know me at all. You know, some people like to say, you know, if you stand very, very true to your beliefs, you know, there's a lot of people that like that. There's a lot of people that look at that as kind of being very extreme. There's some people, it's all about perspective, how people view it to you. But me, I live by that code every day, and that's the main thing I try to showcase on this channel. And I knew that that bar was coming. Pause. I knew that that bar was going to be said. So that's why in the beginning I made my whole thing about reaction and the revisit. Obviously, he's talking, that's not, the two don't really correlate with each other, because he's talking about it from a very deeper aspect. Like success is being brave enough to dream big. I think he said, while everyone else tells you just quit, but at this part he said it's being able to like speak up while everyone else is tucking their tail between, while everyone else is changing for somebody else, or changing to adapt, or changing to fit in with someone, or changing just to, you know, not have it as difficult. I don't do that. I hold that strong. That's why I said what I said in the beginning, just to use that as like a very mild, like, to showcase that. But I showcase that all the time. And I've got a lot of bad comments and whatnot for that sometimes, because they say I don't listen to what other people say. I don't really care what other people say. It's what people think sometimes, but I don't believe that's true. Sometimes it could be true, but then also with that too, I know that with the right values, with the right things to use that mindset with, it's going to help you and everybody that's in your life a lot more. But then there's going to be other things that you may get negative feedback about it too. But I look at like the things that are they're going to be very important. Like if I know something's morally wrong, I know that I can stand up, and I know that I will never get tricked. I may get tricked one of these days, but I won't get like seduced into fucking doing something. No one's going to be able to like mentally grasp me to going against my core values. And I think that's the best way to live. So I hold true to that.
Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says.
Fact.
Standing up for what you know is
right when everybody else is fucking themselves between their legs, don't they?
What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Living more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one.
And all these people that are realists, I understand. I'm a realist too. But you still should have optimism. I mean, everyone is free to live their life and think they know it. But my advice to people, and everyone else can make their own reaction and give their own advice. But my advice to people is you should live hopeful and optimistic, regardless, even if you think it's something that, you know, like this is a battle I deal with all the time personally with like my stepmom and me. We're complete different. We're opposite people. She is more, she wants to live her life comfortably. You know, well, she's living her life comfortably at this point, but like she's not a risk taker. You know how they used to say like blue collar and white collar? I don't really hear that anymore, but where you have people that are more like they want to go all in and risk for something, but the rewards is super, super great. Or you have someone else that is just comfortable putting a decent amount in and living their life that way. Well, I have been that my whole life, but now I am not that. I want to invest in myself. I want to invest in my family. I want to do something I love to do. And I am going to do something that I want to do and makes me happy and can make a living from it. Whether it's this, whether it's I make a company, I don't know what the hell it's going to be, but I know that that's going to happen. And I'm not going to I'm not going to go my whole life working for someone that I have no fucking idea what their beliefs are. I have no idea what the fuck their values are. That's why I've been on leave so long at Amazon. That's why I keep saying I'm quitting there. Been there for 8 years. I don't know what the fuck Bezos is into. He's probably big investors with Target and all these people that were selling demonic shit to children. I don't agree with that. I don't want to work for someone like that to make him richer constantly every day. And I don't want to live just comfortably. I'll take the hard route and I will make something happen regardless, because I just have that drive in me. But you should live with optimism. And this is why this is my favorite song from NF, and it will probably always be my favorite song. I don't think there's ever going to be another song that will top this song for me.
Between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they'd rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger.
Let's go.
They can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in them. They get it.
Now this part always gets me because this mansion. Okay, so this part right here, y'all, I didn't know when I first watched this video, and after a lot of the times that I've watched this video, because this is my favorite NF song, I listen to this song every single day of my life. I honestly feel like when I first heard this song, like NF was talking to me with that whole success portion, and I took a lot of shit what he said, not with no grain of thought. I understand that you may, Russ, but that shit hit me to the T. And like, yeah, I love this song. And I didn't know anything about this, but now that I've reacted to Mansion, I have a little better understanding, but I've only reacted to that one song, Mansion. I didn't react. I was supposed to go through the whole album, but I haven't had a chance to get to it yet. So I know a little bit about this, but I'm still don't know much. So if anyone in the chat knows, please let me know. And I'll talk about what I kind of know, but I don't know much. I just know that song was Mansion, and that was from his very first. I don't know if it was his first album. I want to say it was his first album because they wanted me to start from the beginning with NF. And it was like it was a song about his life and about his childhood and about growing up and about his family and about dark things in his life. And so I understand why this is so deep.
Necessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I didn't ever hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept it.
This is from that's, I shouldn't have stopped it right there. I'm gonna let it play all the way through, but that's from Outcast. It's a song called Outcast, and he was in that cage. I remember doing that song. That's a fire song too.
Pain's a necessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I didn't ever hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having things will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did.
That's perfect for me too, because that's like right when I
pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window, questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about. Don't get it twisted, that was in the shop. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of fate, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of hate, 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never revolve. I know I can change. We are not enough. We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. You'll never be loved. You'll never be safe. Might as well give up. Not running away. You don't have the guts. You're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking the reins.
Oh yeah, y'all. You guys should know. I know this song. This is my song right here. But okay, now I can have some better insight. All right. We start. So more than two personalities. Technically, yes. The song only shows two, though. Other videos show different sides. The whole album is about him going from his dark phase into his light phase, breaking free of the darkness, which I did know that because I went to this Hope tour. I was there for this, and he had the balloon there, or there was like people in the audience at the stage had the balloon, and I remember like the whole place was about to go into like a FM riot. It was about to be an all-out like fight because the balloon went up and someone popped the balloon on accident. Oh, and everyone started freaking the hell out because they were like throwing all the balloons around. And then, but I didn't really know what the balloons meant at the time. I know those are his burdens now. And if anyone didn't know, those are his burdens. That's why he's like walking with them, and each balloon represents a different burden or stress or like something he's carrying, weight he's carrying on to. And then when I was there, I was wondering because I didn't know about the whole, like, because he was in all white and he's usually in all black. And the black is like supposed to represent, like, his stress he's going through, the depressive, the memories, all the psychologically things he's going through. But this one's in all white. And then this had more of like a inspiring type of feel to it, more so than a darkness feel, like a Leave Me Alone, because that song inspired too. And I've done reactions to all of these, y'all. If you guys want to go check those out, I have a playlist. And then you said an Outcast. Oh, Vader said in psychology, a mind palace is how you compartmentalize trauma and life events. In his palace, mind palace are different phases he goes through in his career, locked away. An Outcast, the one with the balloons and everyone in the courtyard standing in line. Way more to that video, but trying to keep it simple. NF is a straight up deep individual. I like it how his mouth is black at the end there, and he claims it at the very end with his voice. I did not catch that. That was dope, Russ. Each balloon is a different trauma. Okay. He brings things to light from his experiences and always stays relatable for us. That is definitely true. I would have popped all the balloons if I was there. Okay, that's where we're at with fucking Greg every time, yo. But yeah, but like I watched him perform this song, and I didn't know the song at the time. I didn't know anything. So for me, I heard this fire track, but when you're at a concert, it's loud as hell, and I love loud music, but it's not like this. Like, it's not personalized to where I got my headphones right here. I'm trying to hear every word. I got, it's hype. You got a lot of people there. It's loud ass music, loud bass. I'm not understanding what this song is about, but I'm hearing the flows and the cadences, and I'm hearing the way he's able, the different flows, and then the cinematic stuff going in with the, you'll never evolve. No, I could change. You are not enough. You are not the same. And I was like, yo, who the fuck is NF? I need to really dive in. And then I started doing like more NF songs. And then everyone said I should start from the beginning. But now I feel like I'm actually very caught up with NF because there's a lot of songs I haven't heard, but I've taken in what a lot of people have said. And it sucks because a lot of people have not seen my NF reactions. Like, some reason NF hits on other people's channels. On my channel, it didn't hit. But that's because back then I was not as good as like talking in front of a camera as I am now. Like, now this is very comfortable for me. I've showed my personality, I think, very well. So for me now, it's like I enjoy doing this. But before, I looked at it like a task, like I was not really nervous. Well, I was at some points, like, because I looked at it as like, I need to catch this. And I looked at it as a certain way of doing reactions from me watching reactions. But then I learned when you get to this point where you just don't give a F, it makes everything so much better because then you can actually talk about everything the song is actually showcasing to you. And so this is why I was happy to do this again. So thank you for this one, Vader. I appreciate you with this because I have been wanting to get to NF and I have just not had time to, or not even the time. It's just we've been getting different requests. And then Cadillac hit me with that damn story one. That was a whole different aspect of NF to me because I had no idea. And then Vader sent this, which is my favorite NF song. And I think I explained it perfectly, but you guys, like every single fucking word he said with that success part, I took to my life, and that shit has made everything so much better for me, hands down. I'm so much happier, like, and that's why it's wild. Everyone says I'm always arguing, but like I am like the happiest I've been at this point. So that's wild. Like, it's fun for me. It's fun laughing and joking and arguing and blah blah blah. but I used to not be like this. I used to be very more like have that a lot of stress constantly, and I'm not gonna live like that no more. So appreciate this one, Beta. Thank you, thank you, thank you.